Some 2,250 of the world's most important figures are gathered at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Heavy hitters like Bill Clinton and Bill Gates are rubbing shoulders with the likes of Angelina Jolie and Sharon Stone. It's all in the name of improving the world. CNN's Becky Anderson is there and joins us now. Becky.
Fanula, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better or bigger advocate for Africa than rock star Bono. U2, we all know who he is. I spoke to him earlier and asked if he ever felt that he was wasting his time in trying to get poverty to the top of the world's agenda when some people say big government just isn't doing enough.
I can't think of anything better that I can do at my time, actually. I'd much rather be playing with my band, you know, it's the truth. But I just sense that 2005 is a unique opportunity. I think if we don't get some sort of sea change on these issues this year, I think it's going to be very hard in the next few years. So we're just trying to get, you know, corral all these monumental egos, and including my own, and agendas into some sort of cohesive policy on what to do. And of course, you've seen with the tsunami what can happen if they show this kind of leadership. It's actually quite popular. People want to be part of something bigger than themselves, I think. No one living in the West likes the fact that in the rest of the world they're suspicious about our motives. They don't know what we stand for.
Do you not sometimes feel you're just being humoured?
Am I being used? Probably. Am I a cheap date? No. And I think Blair has done incredible things. He's going to have to use up a lot of his own political capital and personal capital with President Bush and others, encouraging them to get across the line. President Bush, as it happens, might be in the mood to do this, were it not for the crushing budget deficit. So we have to convince him that actually that there is enough support for this, that he can justify it.
On the one hand, you've got Jacques Chirac suggesting one mechanism for raising money for aid. On the other hand, you've got Tony Blair. Doesn't this politicking get in the way?
People disagree about how we fix the problem. But at least they are all unified in recognizing there is a problem. That wasn't there before. I felt my job to be here today was to sort of to raise the level or to change the tone of the discussion. Because people are walking up to me on the street and saying, you know, well done, we love your cause, you know. And I'm saying 6,000 Africans dying every day of a preventable, treatable disease like AIDS is not a cause. It's an emergency. 3,000 people dying of malaria, you know, a mosquito bite, is not a cause. It's an emergency. So if it's decided that this is an emergency, then perhaps we can treat it with the same kind of drama that you've seen in Southeast Asia with the tsunami. There's 180,000 lives lost there. 180,000 lives are lost every month to AIDS for drugs you can get in your local chemist.
Give us a sense of your commitment to this emergency on a long-term basis.
I feel that our generation and the generation that comes after me and U2's audience are much younger than I am, and I'm proud of that. I think they're asking questions like, what will we be remembered for? You know, everybody talks about the 60s, you know, and especially music people. It drives me mad. And as a time of idealism, I feel there's idealism on the way. And what are we going to be remembered for is a question that our audience asked me. The internet, yes, they own that. The war against terror, yes, that's what the era will be remembered for. But there is a chance that we could be remembered for as the generation that ended extreme poverty, that said actually no to that. You know, and by extreme poverty, you know what I mean? I mean people dying for lack of a simple immunization, people dying because they can't get to clean water. That's obscene in the 21st century. I think we can actually be the generation that says no to that. And though some people say, oh, it's impossible, I'm not a hippie. I come from punk rock. This is not misty-eyed Irish nonsense. Apartheid, it's gone. People stood up and pulled down the Iron Curtain. These things can happen. Extreme poverty can be put in the rubbish bin of history if we really want it. It might take 20 years, it might take 30 years, but I intend to spend the rest of my life working on this.